For over 20 years, Geoff has had a luxury villa in one of Spain's most exclusive resorts.
So this is Calle de la Estrella, Avenue of the Stars, which is why I live here. This is the villa.
Geoff grew up in the East End of London before running a successful advertising agency. But early retirement was soon followed by the breakup of his 32-year marriage.
I got divorced 3 years ago, and I just decided I want to do something with my life, and I want to see my family growing up. And if I stay out here, I won't be able to do that. For the first time in my entire life, I can just do what I want to do. No, it's not a midlife crisis.
Geoff is now selling up in this Spanish paradise to build a new home for himself on the flat, grey, windswept banks of the Blackwater estuary in Essex. A move which will bring him closer to friends and family.
I can go anywhere, but I'm choosing to come here.
Edge of the world here.
This is as countryside as it gets. This is the entrance at the moment.
How much land have you got?
It's 7.5 acres.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah.
Big site. A large site, maybe, but it is a floodplain. So the planners insisted that any house here would need to be flood resistant.
Because it's on a floodplain, it's built to withstand a once-in-a-thousand-year flood, just in case I discover immortality.
Geoff didn't have a hand in designing this gravity-defying building. He actually bought the land with planning for £325,000. The original architects, who have a lot of experience with flood-proof houses, won't be involved. Geoff's not even using a professional project manager. And this is a really complicated house to build. Arguably, the most important part of Geoff's solo project will be underground. Here, 30 heavyweight concrete and steel piles will be drilled 14 meters deep. These piles will be key in anchoring this house to the ground. Some will have to resist upward forces of over 200 tons. The piles will connect to an industrial-strength steel frame, comprising 560 steel girders, forming one huge cantilever. The frame's job is to transfer the load of the building back into the earth. The ground floor will be poured in waterproof concrete and house a utility area and a garage. Upstairs, the external and the partition walls will all be made from timber, wrapping between and around the steels. On this floor, an open-plan living room and kitchen will lead to a large balcony through floor-to-ceiling windows. The views will stretch out across the estuary. The 3 bedrooms will each have a slice of those views and have their own ensuite bathrooms. An eye-catching, jagged roof finished with solar tiles will help power this highly unusual island home. Should the local flood defences be breached, a bund wall will keep Geoff's garden dry. But if the waters rise further, his power supply and drainage will be protected, and the living spaces will continue to function. All he'll need is a boat.
£190,000 worth of steel is arriving today.
The steel frame has been redesigned numerous times. 1,500 drawings detail the huge cantilever.
It's a big cantilever. No one's ever built anything like this, so it's a bit sort of, we're having to 3D model every single part of it to enable us to know what order to put things up in. So, yeah, it's a bit of a challenge.
Geoff has now spent over a year in his caravan, so he's driving a grueling schedule that could see the house move from foundations to watertight in under 2 months. He's keeping everyone on their toes.
You told me 4 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Well, what's that?
Yeah, we're trying our best.
Yeah,
we'll,
because I've got people coming in, bang
yeah,
on
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you're right?
Yeah, we'll be all right with that.
So you didn't mean that then?
Yeah, that's fine. That'll be all right.
The pace on this site is fast, but there is one corner where things are a little more relaxed.
This is where I have cocktails.
The sun deck?
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is at least progress, and you must be feeling good.
Yes.
Your finances and your budget, are they kind of stable and under control?
Everything is bang on line.
This all says to me that you can get to first fix, maybe second, if you're lucky, by Christmas.
No.
without tiling, without decorations?
No.
Maybe with cladding?
No, I will be in there before Christmas, by hook or by crook, and it will be
I'm
tiled.
not holding you to anything, but good luck, because I mean, I think it's a tight squeeze, that. What's provided you with the stamina to kind of keep going?
I won't ever be beaten. Occasionally I've lost at golf. That's a fact.
You won't be beaten.
No.
That's a very good motto, isn't it? Should have that written above your door. A few weeks before Geoff's Christmas deadline, his building has a roof, but his schedule is crumbling. The windows have been held up and won't be on site until the new year. That hasn't stopped him fitting his kitchen, though.
Normally you would expect windows to be in, but the client really wanted it in, so we're installing. He asked for us to carry on, so that's what we've done.
This project was supposed to take 8 months, but has now taken closer to 18. For Geoff, the pressure of taking on this huge task alone is starting to tell.
You know, this last few months have been tough, and it's been a little lonely. I'll give you that, but anyone would be lonely. I mean, there's a lot of people who are a lot worse position than I am. A lot of people are lonely and ill. I'm not ill. Lonely, but I'm not ill.
Three years ago, Geoff turned his back on a safe, comfortable retirement and risked every asset he had in order to build a flood-proof house on the Blackwater estuary in Essex. Having lived alone in a damp, cold caravan for almost 2 years, I'm now hoping Geoff's extreme efforts may at last be rewarded. This path here, this runs along the top of the sea wall, out there are the oceans of the world, and over there is the house, and look, it's, 3 metres down to water level here and only 2.5 metres to land there, and it's not even high tide, so you can see what a threat all this water presents. And it's raining. I mean, it feels like it's the beginning of a 1 in 1,000 year event, which means somebody ought to build an ark, really, oughtn't they? Geoff. The churned up earth, like a pestilent sea, still engulfs Geoff's sight. It may be 6 months since my last visit, but I am braced for disappointment. Oh, blimey. Gate posts and a drive. And the building. Oh, my word. How could I have doubted? Geoff's new beginning hovers above the scarred earth, a clean island in the mud. The closer you get to it, the kind of wilder, the kind of bolder it is. I mean, that overhang from here looks impossible. It looks as though it shouldn't be there. It looks as though it's floating. There are clearly some unfinished details, but they are dwarfed by the theatrical force of that cantilever. The building has all the poise and resilience of a prize fighter, ready to resist the rising tides. Not too unlike its owner.
Hey.
Hey, Geoff, how are you?
Yeah, good. How are you?
I'm really well. I'm admiring this kind of flying boathouse vibe going on at the back. It seems really appropriate.
It's fitting.
Yeah. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good. Really good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a little wet, but, you know.
Well, look, I mean, it could be a lot worse, couldn't it? It could be a 1 in 100 or 1 in 1,000 year event.
Well, we'd be safe. We'd just go upstairs.
We'd just be upstairs.
Yeah. So the house is completely watertight. The only thing I'm waiting to finish is the balcony. You know, COVID has caused so many problems.
Yeah.
And with supply, and it's just screwed everything. To get this far has been nothing short of a miracle.
From whichever angle, wherever I look at the building, that's in the background.
Yeah, that'll be gone soon. I hate that caravan. It was soul destroying. They weren't good days, but that's all behind me now.
Look, I don't know how to dramatise things, but it has started to rain again. We go in?
Yeah, good idea.
I'm looking forward to this.
Okay, so, yeah, welcome.
Thank you very much. This is a nice piece.
Yeah, this was originally in my office, so
Can I use it?
Sure can.
And my coat up on it. That is great. Oh, no, and a massive wine rack to come in and select the next bottle from. That's really civilised. This ground floor also contains a compact utility space and an intriguing glass box. I thought this was the wine cooler, but this is a lift.
This is the lift.
You don't need that yet, do you?
No, I don't. No, but building regs.
You're just worrying about the next 5 years, mate. That's what.
Yeah. Well, I've only been up in that with my granddaughter. I haven't been up in that on my own, and I never will. I'm going to walk up the stairs.
Let's see who
You
goes there
keep your
first.
finger on the button.
Number 1, yeah? Ready, steady.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You haven't started. Come on.
No, I'll still beat you at the top.
The lift may be slow, but I'm hoping it will deliver me to this building's greatest delight. I beat you. Once on the landing, you're drawn out into the main living space. Oh, look. This is the main act. That is, wow, that's a showstopper, that one.
It's a lovely view, isn't it?
Well, I was thinking about the sofa, in fact. I'm loving that carpet and that sofa combination. Geoff, you're a man of interesting tastes.
Well, thank you. I like outrageous.
It's out there.
Yeah.
But then, so are you, so.
The most important thing for me is I've got to look at it for the rest of whatever I've got left.
Yeah.
So it's got to be pleasing for me.
It's got to bring you pleasure.
Yeah.
Of course.
And I like it. It
Great.
brings me pleasure. This is my home. This is where I'm going to live.
Even Geoff's colour choices are muted by the views out over the estuary. Oh, yes, you see. This will be full of trees.
Yep.
Birds, bees, dragonflies over the pond.
Yep.
And then you've got the wildlife of both the woodland behind, which is basically, conventional songbirds, mixed with all the wildlife coming off the estuary and the mudflats out there. I have to remind myself that where we're stood is on the overhang. I mean, actually, the overhang goes quite a long way back, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
The cantilever.
It does.
So if I jump, what happens? I mean,
Yeah, you're not going to move
ow,
that.
nothing.
No.
Nothing.
No.
The building is a survivor, and so are you.
Thank you. Thank you.